Hi guys, it's me, Joseph Anderson again, and for this video that I will be dedicating to Mother's Day in the year 2026, I shall be talking about a very funny song and music video that goes with it called Stacy's Mom, and it's by the Fountains of Wayne group, and came out around 2003, all the way back when I first started college, and around the same time as American Pie and Dude with the Car, those movies. So yeah, this is a song that goes way back for me. And I dedicate this to you up there, Mom, in heaven. So let me just say that this is a real funny song, a real funny type idea, concept that I never got behind when I was in school. Because the core idea of it is that a little boy, like around teenage years, like around 13 years old, falls in love with a girl's mother. And it's very funny that she does everything in her power to try to, impress the kid, She invites him over to the pool, invites him over, makes him lunch and whatnot, gives him drinks and stuff, but he doesn't really care about her. He cares about his mother, her mother. It's funny, but the mother is not really named in this little performance, but she's played by Rachel Hunter, Rod Stewart's wife. Kind of an appropriate name, if you ask me, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, this phenomenon, I never got behind, because when I was growing up in school, I didn't find any of my parents, any of my classmates' parents to be attractive, or attractive enough for me to be interested in them. And likewise, nobody ever saw my mother as attractive either. So I guess like a two-way street type of thing. The closest I got to that is that I found two of my teachers attractive. And one of them was even my crush, and I was growing up. She was like my second grade teacher or something. And the other one was my health teacher in high school. So take that for what you will. Anyway, Stacy is like a girl who looks pretty cute. I believe she's played by Anna Kolomsky. Well, I'm not sure about that. She looks the part, and she's about the same age as Anna will be in the growing up and stuff. So I don't know. They only give mention of Rachel Hunter in another credit thing or something. And I actually heard something about her being in a nudist colony. Something about it. I guess that must have been wishful thinking, because if you look at her, you could obviously see how that rumor got started. In any case, this is really funny because this kid obviously is hot for Stacy's mother, and it's real quick playing because this song, I believe that this song actually reinvigorated the whole idea about sexy mothers from way back in the 60s, maybe with the 70s, with the song, Mrs. Robinson. Yeah. But this is a more of a modern spin on it, because the guy that perform it, the Fountains of Rain group, they do it a rock type thing to it, rock and roll. Although for some reason they have on one of the magazines on the table, they call it New Wave. So I don't know if this will be a New Wave song or whatever. I believe that New Wave died out in the 80s. I think that was something that was just in that decade. Maybe in the 90s, maybe it leaked out in the 90s. But, definitely not in 2000s. Anyway, I think this song is like a one-hit wonder, because I never heard of them doing anything else. They might have, but I never heard of it. Anyway, this song begins with Stacy's mother picking up her daughter from school, and you have all the lineup of little boys, with her being the only girl in the group, and I wouldn't say she's just weirdly, I say it's starting to get questionable, because she got like go-go boots on and a short skirt on. A little too short for someone of her age, of like somewhere around 11, 12 years old, maybe 13 years old. So it's a little bit scandalous. And so the mother. The mother just like you just got out of tennis practice, with a rose foot skirt on and with a nice whatever top on. Anyway, she drives in a sports car, and right in the beginning of the song, even before the words go on, they do the fabulous beat of drums. It's really quite cool. And they show all of the lyrics of Stacy's mom has got to go on. Stacy's mom has got to go on. So that could be like a build up for men in particular, and it all comes to a big climax at the end. They head at the end, quite literally. But kid has weird fantasies about the mother, not so much the daughter. She goes squint for all he cares. He doesn't care about the daughter. He just wants a nice mother with a nice big bags of ice for his nice aching head. Anyway, there's he said that he must be going back from a business trip, and that she might be trying to give him the slip. Yeah, there's one of those rhyming type songs. And another kind of questionable thing about this type of thing, parenting, is that she takes off her business attire right there in front of kids. Both the guy and the girl in the pool. And it's kind of weird that she takes off her bra in front of the kids. Not in front of the kids, like directly in front of them, but like within view of them in the pool. And she's behind the window with the shades open, so anybody can just look at her and see her very curvaceous body. which is very funny, because when he does this, when she does this, he's holding a drink. So they do the comic thing where she's getting undressed and everything, and then they show the kid the drink pretty much foaming up and fizzing in his hand, which girl thinks that is for her. Now, I'm not a master of psychology or anything, but I'm pretty sure that girl will be kind of disgusted by that. But any boy thinks that, wanting to lose control of himself for her. In any case, if you have, want to be a manly man and want to mow her lawn for Stacy's mom. And he said that, that she usually got him around because her father or her husband left them both. Now, if you can have a kid with a woman, you should stay with the woman as long as possible. Especially if someone looks as hot as Stacy's mom does. Because it's very obvious she takes care of herself. And she keeps healthy and eats a healthy diet and all that. So yeah, I would definitely stay with Stacy's mom if I had the opportunity to do so. And I'll think she also said that, you missed the spot over there and everything else. But that's really kind of funny because while she's doing that, she's talking to her masseuse when she's doing that. And it's funny because the masseuse that's giving a full body rub down is obviously peeking underneath the towel that she had on her body, and he's like, that's good shit right there. And she's looking at the boy and saying, boy, you should see this stuff, it's real nice. But you'll understand when you're older. But anyway, I thought that full body masseuses were gay, because they have safety issues with straight men doing that type of thing. Unless they did this as a joke or something. But I wouldn't trust a straight guy to do something like that. That's just me. But anyway, there's also a little bit of an issue with that too, in that she does it when she has a full body masseuse out there with her with a towel on and stuff, and the kid thinks that it's for him, that she's doing it for him to give him a little show and stuff. But it's really quite funny that she's doing it outside where anybody can just see it from the roadside or from the sidewalk and stuff like that. You could make the argument that they're having that she has high hedges on the surrounding the property, so that no person can see anything that goes on inside there. But I wouldn't want to take the risk for that at all. Plus, that if you do something like that outside of full nude massage like that, you run the risk of a bug or something crawling up there. So that wouldn't be very pleasant for anyone, especially a woman. So anyway, yeah. He also the kid is so dazzled by her beauty and the prospect of her being naked and stuff that he ends up slamming the lawnmower into like a post or the mailbox or something. So that's actually pretty funny. And of course, the girl think that all these mistakes are because the kid's in love with herself. But, no, that's not the case. Although, if the little girl ends up going to be like her mother, and I could see why. What I could see, her being with him. That'd be something funny. If he was annoying the girl all the time, and then she ends up growing up just like her mother, and then he missed the opportunity to be with someone like the mother. That would just be hilarious. But anyway, they have a part where she invites him inside to have dinner or watch TV and have some snacks for them. That'd be like the big score. Well, it's funny because he turns around and looks behind her and sees the mother bending over in a braless dress. And it's like, jackpot. Because he also had a fantasy about her strip pole of all things, with more clothes on than she normally has on now at this point. So it's very funny. And I have no idea how this kid had these weird fantasies about these people like that. I mean, at 12 years old, shouldn't you think about strippers and clothes and stuff like that? You should be thinking about like video games, sports, and all that other stuff. Maybe it's schoolwork. So anyway, next little fantasy the kid had is of the mother, Stacy's mom, at like coming out of pool. Now that's not unusual. But the way to do it is a parody of the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which anyone who grew up in the 80s or 90s knows what scene I'm talking about here, with the red bikini. But you know what's really funny is that I've always liked women's hair whenever they coming out of pool or a shower or something is all pushed back. I always like it when women are laying down and whenever their hair is wet and it's all pushed back. This woman, Rachel Hunter, no, she looks more like a horror villain when she's coming out of the pool trying to look sexy for the kid. And it's really quite funny that I say that because in the movie what I'm talking about here, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the kid, Phoebe Cates is actually kisses the guy after she opens up her bikini top. But because this is a music video that went on MTV or wherever whatnot, they can't show any nudity on it, so they just show her with that, open up like that, without showing any of the goods. But anyway, a good mention opening her face like a face hugger and then eating the kid's face off. Anyway, during this whole song, they played the song, they played the lyrics, Stacy, can't you see, you're just not the girl for me. I'm in love with Stacy's mom. It would actually be nice if they call her a name, rather than just say she's in relation to Stacy. Like, Janine or Cindy or Bobby or whatever the case would be. I don't like whenever someone says, hey, this is so cool, you should invite Josie's mom over, or you should invite Carol's mother, or Francis' mother over. It doesn't sound right all the time. So anyway, at this time, the kid's in the bathroom, taking a piss, and the mother's over there in full view from the bathroom door, from the bathroom window. You can see the kid looking out onto the pool and looking out onto the mother and having a little fantasy about her being naked and then kissing the boy, among other things. So while he's taking piss, standing up, he's doing other stuff to himself. Like, I would assume, I couldn't imagine anybody actually doing that for themselves. But anyway, he's like enjoying himself a little too much in the bathroom. So the girl Stacy walks down at him without knocking or anything like that. So then she's like, oh my god, I'm sorry, and then shuts the door on him. And she's like, oh my god, he's so nice. He must be doing that for me, in my image and stuff. I would think that a woman would be kind of grossed out by doing that, by someone doing that in their bathroom. But whatever. Oh yeah, but the guy was facing away from the door. So how could she possibly see what the kid is doing in there? Besides, taking a piss. It's implied that maybe she could have seen it because of the junk. But then, how would she be so impressed by it? Like, oh my god, it's so big. I could be reading too much into that, but it's very kind of weird. Anyway, another thing that catch on in this little thing is, does she knock? Yeah, it isn't. She knows that the guys in the house. She knows that they were watch TV, eating snacks and stuff. So why does she think it's the right to go to the bathroom and not knock on the door and say, anyone in there? Hey you, anyone in there? Before she goes in there. Especially if someone of the opposite gender, sex, gender, whatever, what have you. So that's kind of questionable parenting, I would think that someone who is a parent would teach their kids to be polite and ask the kid, knock on the bathroom door to anyone in there. I like that comes off as rude. And also, this section reminds me of the old comedy, There's Something About Mary, too, with Ben still looking on somebody in the bathroom, or, in the bowl or something, and then him getting his drunk in his zipper when somebody opened the door, or sees him or something, and that's really funny. Let's see here. I like the music when he pictures her as super. I find the music video and the music to be very funny. They also have remember how I said that they put image on like a magazine for New Wave. Well, they all do it for Grand Parade or something or other. I don't know, it's something related to the magazine parade, but it's still kind of funny. Probably a reference I don't get. And let's see here, it's pretty cool. I'm sure if I play it right now in the gym, people wouldn't know what the hell it is. You're probably saying like, who the hell is Stacy's mom? And why are you in love with her? But yeah, this is a pretty cool song about a phenomenon that I never not experienced when I was a kid. I like the way they do the lyrics and the music to it with Stacy, can't you see you're just not to go for me? I'm in love with Stacy's mom. It should be more like I'm in love with your mother. Not Stacy's mother, but Stacy's mom. I think it might be a fantasy that your dad walked out and you could use a guy like me. Yeah, that's real funny. See that little kid has fantasies about the mother. And you know, how in the world would the kid know about about the mother's dating experiences, and how would he know that the father loves them? That's kind of a personal issue. You don't let that out too much. But yeah, I'm assuming that they live in California because they have like a evenings. That's whether my mother plays tennis. She obviously has a good job. If she can afford the big house, cable, and nice pool, and the nice sports car too, and a masseuse that comes with the house. So then she's doing pretty well for herself. I don't think that she needs kids' extra income. Let's see here. So, songs like a bigger rock song too, with nice riffs on the guitar. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm in love with Six and the mom. And I heard that there were rumors about her dying, but no, they're not true. Let's see here. Yeah, that's about it. The song is awesome. The video is awesome. I'm gonna put that in the description box below. You should definitely see it. And it brings back the memories of seeing it. Anyway, I thank you for watching my video on Stacy's mom that carried the proud tradition of talking about MILFs. Or in other words, mothers I'd like to play patty cake with. Anyway, I did this for the ever-loving Mother's Day of 2026. I did this for you, but this song is awesome. I don't even know if you even know the song, but it's awesome. And the next song I do for this will be something that she actually heard and she actually liked. It was one of her favorites. It was Mama by Boys to Men. That's Boys to Men. Anyway, That's gonna be a tough one for me. But anyway, I give this song a definite happy face approval because all the fun, all the enjoyment I got out of it, and the reference to the movies. I might expect that they didn't do any Family Guy parodies of it, with Quagmire and that kind of thing. It would have been fun as well for him to do something. Anyway, maybe it was too obscure for a reference. But anyway, if you guys like what you see here and you want to be more on my channel and such, always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future information on my videos by calling or texting me at 631-707-3707. Or if you want, you can follow me on Twitter or X for calls at PNelsonPro. Also, you can get my email at jjviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, I salute all you MILFs out there, and all you people who like new wave and rock music, and one-hit wonders. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in Interland. Sayonara, VSN, ciao ciao, arrivederci.